Insiders on the Run. Alex Jones and the GCN Radio Network.
Hi, folks. This is Alex Jones asking you for a minute of your time to tell you about soap. Not detergents, but good old-fashioned pure soap made by the Cal Ben Soap Company, a family-owned and operated American company. My family, staff, friends, and radio listeners are constantly telling me how much they love these products for bath, hair, laundry, and dishes. There is nothing like these factory-direct, big money-saving, triple-concentrated soaps anywhere. Get a free detailed catalog by calling 800-340-7091 or see them online at 5starsoap.com or Infowars.com. Let's talk to the owner of 5 Star Soap, Marty Schachter, and see what he has to say.
As founder and owner for over 63 years, people keep asking me, how's business? I'm happy to say our business is going down the drain. Call us at 1-800-340-7091. Visit our website, 5starsoap.com, for buying our 1 to 2 month soap sampler. Thank you.
You've heard Alex explain how the Silver Lungs generator infuses the respiratory system with your self-produced colloidal silver solutions, yet many are unaware of the entire function of the Silver Lungs system and how it has been designed to deliver your silver solutions anywhere in or on the body. My name is Mario Cifaldi, and I'm the developer of the Silver Lungs generator. Not only does the Silver Lungs system produce endless colloidal and ionic silver solutions, it also comes equipped with the proper applicators and devices needed to deliver your silver solutions directly to key target areas. This includes the eyes, ears, nose, lungs, topically to the skin, and orally for the digestive system. Be sure to watch our new 7-minute video tour of the Silver Lungs system at www.silverlungs.com to learn more about how the Silver Lungs system works. As well, we are always ready to answer any questions you may have. That's www.silverlungs.com.
This is Alex Jones with 5 good reasons you should consider buying a solar power generator. Number 1, new climate legislation could easily double or triple your electric bill. Number 2, our new energy czar wants to control how much power your electric company allows you to have. It's true. Total government control of electricity in the name of smart grid technology is coming. Number 3, in some areas of the country, the power grid is dangerously overloaded. And now, new socialist legislation is only compounding the problem. Number 4, dangerous weather is always a threat to local grids. Every year, thousands of families lose their power from weather-related outages. Number 5, a solar power generator provides powerful backup insurance and peace of mind. Folks, I really believe in the solar power generators offered by Solutions from Science, one of my oldest sponsors. You can get more information at www.mysolarbackup.com. That's mysolarbackup.com. Remember, the government doesn't own the sun, so go to mysolarbackup.com or call 1-877-327-0365.
Pictures and videos from Egypt flooded the web. On Facebook and Twitter, journalists posted on-the-spot reports. Protesters coordinated their next moves, and citizens of all stripes shared their hopes and fears about this pivotal moment in the history of their country. Millions worldwide answered in real time, "You are not alone, and we are with you." Then the government pulled the plug. Cell phone service was cut off, TV satellite signals were jammed, and internet access was blocked for nearly the entire population.
So this is America.
The government
This
did
is
not
America.
want the
Who are
people
you?
to communicate with each other, and it did not want the press to communicate with the public.
Well, there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. That was live on CNN. Hillary Rodham Clinton giving a speech while the federal government moves to openly put in an internet kill switch. And, of course, that's the headline out of USA Today just yesterday, is that the federal government is worrying privacy experts by trying to pass a kill switch law. And there's Hillary up there saying how terrible it was that Hosni Mubarak had the internet shut down for much of a week a few weeks ago. And then Ray McGovern, another illustration of attacks on free speech, stands up, turns his back to Hillary Clinton. They're wearing his Veterans for Peace shirt. And we have photos up at Infowars.com, was bloodied and bruised. and did not resist and was drug out by the security guards. Headline, McGovern bloodied and arrested at Clinton speech. He's a retired CIA officer turned political activist. McGovern was a federal employee under 7 U.S. presidents over 27 years, presenting the morning intelligence briefings at the White House for Ronald Reagan, George Herbert Walker Bush. And, of course, he's also an Army veteran of the Vietnam era. And he writes for consortiumnews.com. Ray, it's funny, you were just on last week, and I talked about seeing, of course, one of the big war criminals at a steakhouse here in Austin, Karl Rove, and we just simply stood up and said we're not going to eat in the room with somebody like Hitler, with a war criminal, and we left. And you talked about how, and many times you've confronted these people. You've confronted Rumsfeld and about the lies about WMDs. Then he lied again and said he didn't, and then you quoted him, and that was one of the more devastating exposés ever done on live TV. But now they're really getting rough with you, almost like this is East Germany or something, right?
Yeah, actually, the East Germans were much more gentle. I'm licking my wounds here, Alex, but thankfully the x-rays have come back and there were no bones broken. A lot of blood, and just sort of, outrage just doesn't do it. I was standing, not saying a word. Sure, my back was to the secretary. The only thing she could see was veteransforpeace.org, if she could, read that small lettering. On the front of my shirt, of course, I had Veterans for Peace. And I just was trying to show the people there at DW and Hillary Clinton that not everyone agrees with the quixotic and immoral policies that she is a prime mover for. She's never known a war that she didn't love, and she keeps threatening Iran for no specific reason other than her devotion, her very sincere and very close devotion to the interest of Israel. So there is a person that is a bad influence on the whole world, and it troubled me deeply to see everybody applauding so generously and sitting down so respectfully. I was not about to do that. So I stood, turned my back, and I was focused just on the back of the room and completely blindsided when that burly, 250-pound guy in a suit, as I said, grabs me from the side, crawling over 4 women who were to my left, and the next thing I know, I'm in the aisle, and there's it was just, I didn't know who he was. I was in such shock that I forgot the drill in the Code Pink manual, which says as soon as they do that to you, you scream what you want to scream, and you let the whole world know what you're standing for. I couldn't even do that. I was so shocked until I get toward the back, and then I said, so this is America, huh? This is America. And then it struck me, I didn't know who these guys were. And so I said, well, who are you? And, of course, they never got an answer to that. So it's pretty egregious.
So basically, private goons or secret police, we don't know, tackle you, bloody you all over your body. Photos are up at Infowars.com and PrisonPlanet.com. Also, Partnership for Civil Justice that originally took and posted the photos. Free speech is so deadly dangerous, even at George Washington University, that if somebody quietly stands up and turns their back, they've got to be punished. Obviously, this was an assault on you, Ray. Breaking this down, walk through, for those that are listening on the radio, again, where you were, the atmosphere, what happened, and what they did to you once they had manhandled you and tackled you and drug you out. Yeah.
Well, the scene was George Washington University, an auditorium there. The indigenous, so to speak, the people who were invited, were incredibly respectful, too respectful to my lights of the secretary. And I stood there for the first couple minutes, and what happened to me I just explained. I was dragged out, and then, they put 2 sets of handcuffs on me, the metal kind that bites into your skin. There's blood all over the back of my pants, my blood. And I was bleeding profusely, so I said, "Hey, you got some gauze?" And they put me in the EMT thing that rolled up and took my vitals. And the next thing I know, I'm discharged, or not discharged, but given over to the D.C. police on charges of what do they call it? Disorderly conduct. And I'm taken up to the precinct there and put in this little cell of the size that Bradley Manning occupies, about 10 feet by, maybe 4 feet. And spent the next 3.5 hours there and let out in the evening. And they said, "I'll go home. You got to go to court on this, you disorderly conduct guy." And so I went to the hospital in my neighborhood. They dressed my wounds and took the X-rays. And as far as I know, there are no fractures. And I'm just, bruised and battered. But I tell you, if Americans don't stand up to this kind of treatment, they're not going to be standing up anytime soon for anything.
Well, in my own experience, when George W. Bush had me arrested at a press conference for politely asking a question, and if folks want to see it, just search Alex Jones arrested for asking George W. Bush a question. They twisted my arm so far behind my back. Once I got outside, I wasn't resisting. It's all on video. That I still have a torn rotator cuff, but I don't like surgery, so I've never fixed it. Then in New York, I was arrested for demonstrating peacefully, and they grunted when they put the handcuffs on, and of course it cut my hand with every bit of force. And this is really a form of torture and a form of recrimination. And so they bloody you, you've got cuts all over you, bruises all over you, cuts from the handcuffs. They jump on you, and then you're the one that's disorderly. Instead of just leading you out, they escalate the situation. I hope that you engage in some type of counterclaim or a FOIA request. Did the police get the names of the people that tackled you?
The big brutal guy, and he was the guy that hurt me most, is as yet unknown to us, but there's... You can see his photo there as he drags me out. So I'm told that it won't be too hard to find out who he is and who told him to do what he did. That would be my interest, to find out whose orders he was following.
Probably State Department Security Service. I'll tell you a story. I was at Bilderberg 2008. Obama and Hillary there for their secret meeting. The press didn't know where they were for over a day. When they disappeared, we knew. We saw them go in. And the day before that, I'm at the nearby hotel to cover Bilderberg, and we're there at the bar eating hamburgers, and some of us drinking beer. And these big burly guys come in and start asking if we want to engage in terrorism with them, or if we want to attack the State Department with them. They know how to get in. And then later I did identify and see them at the Bilderberg meeting. Once it was shut down, they were State Department Security Services and U.S. Marine Corps. Isn't that a violation of posse comitatus, Ray, to have federal secret police running around trying to provocateur?
Well, if they're active duty military, yes. But, the broader question, Alex, is so it's illegal. So what's your problem? I mean, we do lots of illegal things now for the last decade, and we're the sole remaining superpower in the world, and you just better watch out, because what happened to Alex or what happened to Ray could easily happen to you. That's the message.
Let me ask you this, Ray. Aaron Dykes, a year ago, went to UT, an open event with thousands with Karl Rove, and they only took written questions. So during the questions, he stood up and said, what about the Downing Street memo, the White House memo? What about the fact that you guys lied about WMDs? And he didn't resist. They took him out and charged him. I mean, so I guess in America now, if you ask a question, you get beat up or charged or both. I mean, is that a free society, Ray?
Well, it's verging on that. Alex, I can't avoid the opportunity to just read a couple of sentences from Hillary Clinton's speech. It was 3 paragraphs after she watched me be brutalized by those goons, and she shows complete sensitivity to using violence against protesters. This is what she said. What happened is, once again, using violence against protesters who are seeking basic freedoms. Now, she's talking